Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Arr! Ahoy, crew members! Today's show is a service of our Amazon page. Please remember to shop Amazon, and when you do, go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon or click the Amazon link on our website. It's the best way to shop and the best way to support this show. Thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
All right, so I'm here in Pensacola, Florida, and I've been tasked with peeling apples. Seems like every time I come down here, I'm tasked with peeling apples. I don't know how that works. But anyway, this year I decided to up it a notch. And I have a drill with a paddle bit on there and an apple. And I heard about this trick online, and we're going to see if it works.
Great audio.
Oh, great video.
Paddle into the apple. And that spins the apple.
Sure.
Then I have my peeler here. And ideally, this is going to go really quickly. Let's find out.
Apple peelings all over the kitchen.
Is this the first time anyone's peeled an apple underwater?
I'd say it would work.
It did, Rob. You're wonderful.
You're the best, Rob.
Oh, yay, Rob.
We love you.
Anyway.
You're so sweet.
And special.
So we relocated outside to deal with the peelings because there wasn't a good way to catch
There
them.
he is. Oh.
And I was way too lazy to clean them all up.
Peelings.
Shocker.
So,
Shocker.
Here it goes again.
There he is. Dressed up for it, too.
Oh, it looks good.
The baseball cap, the shirt untucked.
You look good, Rob.
I think the green apple.
Oh, hold on. Let me do the editing in post. Here we go. Hold on a second. There it is. Oh, that was so fantastic. That was before Christmas, correct, Rofo? That was before Christmas?
Yeah, a day or so before Christmas.
A day or so before Christmas, and I rarely, that early in our little break, race to my computer to write down show prep, but I put that down. I put that down because I have come up with a new bit. It is Does It Really Work, starring Rob Ford. There are so many possibilities for 2016. Shooting bottle rockets out of your ass, duct tape waxing.
Hey, you know,
There are
that's
so
a
many
variation.
bits.
That's a variation on a bit we've wanted to do for years, which is
Yes.
Does he really work? And that's
Well,
another
he
bit
doesn't.
about Rob Ford.
Well, not for our show. Not for our show. But the fact is that does it really work? This is Rob Ford in his kitchen of your parents' house down in Pensacola.
Yeah, my parents' place.
Okay, so I'm looking at another video that I haven't even watched, but it's you with a black T-shirt on. Looks like you're at some kind of pool. We'll get to that later. Perhaps later in the week.
Hey, now this
perhaps,
post,
I don't know where
I
you
think
are.
we all enjoyed the apple coring video and peeling
Yes, the
video.
apple coring bit was a slice of brilliance.
Was that
Absolutely.
before or after the person posted the picture of him
it's
staring at his grandmother?
This is his old ice bucket challenge.
That was
just
boo.
ran into the other one, and that was
The
that
one
was
when
it.
he was making out with his grandmother.
Yeah,
one
I
of my
think it was
favorites.
called Nana Love, wasn't
Let's
it?
get to that. Let's get to that. So phase 2.
Sure.
Yes.
The next one was later on because I became enamored of Rob Ford's Facebook page after that. That to me was true entertainment.
It's the place to be.
Absolutely. Isn't this great? And I just wanted to log that because he's so happy and he's
Very
so
happy.
Unlike he is with us, he's so beloved. And so I went down.
Do you
and
get a
there
lot of
was-
support when you go to Pensacola?
My parents are very supportive.
Yes, and your grandparents or
yeah,
grandmother?
yeah.
Sure.
as all parents should be. You know what I mean?
They're
and
close.
so later on in and this is something that I reached out to both Oscar and Rob because I felt it necessary because I was so filled with joy when I saw this post. And
Yes.
I can't. You know what? I'll get the listener up there. Later on, after the apple coring thing, there was a picture that was just could not have been sweeter. And it was. I would assume. I don't want to mention names, Rob, but I guess your mom posted something where you were looking at your grandma. Is that would that be
that's
accurate?
who I always call her my Nana, and it's my mom's mom.
Yes.
Your Nana.
My Nana.
So and that's we call my mom for all the kids. We call her Nana as well.
Do you stare
we
at
have
her,
a Nana,
though?
too. We don't stare at her lovingly.
Does she have a
So-
nickname for you, Rob?
Oh, actually, she's been calling me Rofo since I was down there. She loves the
Oh,
show now.
that's
She's
sweet.
been listening. She's having a lot of fun.
sweet.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's been
that's
calling me
so
Rofo.
sweet.
Oh,
It's
she
fun.
listens. Oh dear.
No,
Oh, that's
it's fine.
good.
It's fine.
Well, she
Nana,
doesn't-
turn it down. Turn down the radio right now.
Mike, let's be fair. She clicks play, but she can't hear a thing. The poor dear is stone deaf.
She's not in any way. She's not an old Nana. She's not an old Nana. in
she's
my
a young,
estimation.
Well, that's
hot
why she was
Nana.
called younger because she had my mom at a young age. So
She had okay. Well, it appears that she is not, doddering at all. She's but the picture is Nana Love,
Yes.
and it's Rofo looking at his Nana lovingly. And so I looked at this and I said, okay, that's sweet, and I kind of went, meh. And then after that, one of our listeners, a post that has since been taken down.
Oh, no.
has it?
Yes. Did you take it down? Because you took my LMFAO, post
Why
down
are you
too.
censoring us?
No, I didn't think
Rofo?
I think I liked the guy's post.
Well, somebody edited it.
I
It
have
was
no
there.
idea. I wonder if it was
It
my
was
mom.
there
Your
because
mom.
there were
Now
77
you're
likes.
blaming your mom?
I guess so.
Why don't you take some
Well,
responsibility?
we'll see. Oh, that's it. It was Anita. Oops, I'm sorry. It was your mom. It was,
Say
your
her name.
mom.
Say her name. It doesn't matter.
Anita took it down because she obviously, and she has a right to. I don't have
What's her
an
address?
issue with that. So right after it said Nana Love, a listener of ours, I forgot his name. I'm trying to give him a credit here because I actually
I might have the
messaged him.
text. I
messaged him personally about it because
Wow, it is really high praise when you really
I
message
had
someone
to.
directly.
When you reach out.
That's right.
I
Big deal.
had to. I truly
Hold on, let
had
me
to.
find it
I'm
here.
trying.
Hold on a sec here. Mike texted both of us.
Yes.
So
We can get the guy's name, but he's looking lovingly, and then this listener, who I'd love to give credit to, but
And we will.
I thought the post would be up, but it wasn't.
No, you've been
put a
censored,
picture
Mike.
up when Nana makes the pie just right, and it's a picture of this very young boy kissing this elderly lady with tongue.
Yes.
And I fell off my chair laughing out loud.
As you
at
should.
this. It was so rapid, it was so immediate, and it was so hysterically funny that I could not help but laugh at this. And then I wrote the LMFAO, and it was delightful. And let me see if I can find
was
it.
the name Tom? I want to say something short. The first name was super
sometimes
short.
I shouldn't wish for this because it would.
Wait, well, it was deleted, Mike. It's not your fault. It's no one's
I
fault.
know,
It was
I
deleted.
know.
There's only so much you can do.
That's right.
Okay, now Rofo, back to your mom.
Yes.
Why is your mom running your Facebook page?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not. This was on her Facebook
Mike,
page.
It was on her
Danny,
page,
it
and I was
was
tagged.
Danny
you're
Kaufman.
tagged. Yes, thank you.
Oh, that's
Danny
right, okay.
Kaufman.
Nice ball.
Danny Kaufman. Okay, Danny is a sick,
Andy's brother.
twisted person.
That's
and anyway, so
I loved it.
I
Sure
said
you
your
did.
post. I said your post on the
Nana.
Rofo Nana thread is the funniest thing I've seen all month. And then he wrote, I couldn't resist. He gave her the eyes.
Oh, no.
That's family. At least Rofo's family.
That's right. And you know what? You don't get the eyes unless
Danny
you make
Kaufman,
the pie
way to
just
go.
right. You
Danny,
gotta-
salute to my laugh. Seriously, my biggest laugh of the entire time. I went back and looked at that. I stared at it. It was just so beautifully funny, and that's the kind of irreverence that I love in our listening audience. But just wanted to say Merry Christmas, Rofo, and
What
salute.
was
and-
with the audio? I was curious, though.
My
You're professional.
I know my dad took it
Yes.
with his cell
now
phone.
you're
There's
blaming
more
your
blame.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your dad.
He took it with his
Your
cell
dad
phone.
takes the video. Your mom takes down the post.
You're
What the
banging your
hell's going on?
grandmother.
Yeah, it's, what is it? This was
hell of a
a
trip.
weird trip, man.
Oscar mentioned to me too when we were communicating over the break about what is it with these guys that work for our show and their relatives. Merry Christmas, Pony. But anyway, we're just kind of curious about all that. Yeah, and then somebody posts my personal address up there. And here this to me is a lot of fun was happening on Facebook. Okay.
Yes.
The moral of the story is Mrs. O'Mara, please make sure you don't send Christmas cards to everybody. Okay, that's probably not cool. Please don't do that. So that was posted, and somebody did this out of spite, vengeance, meanness, nastiness,
Yes.
whatever. Rob, you hit me to the fact that this was going to happen. I contacted Pony, and Pony's only concern was getting this person their money back for the bonus package.
True.
And I said, misguided! Misguided! Perhaps a call to the local law enforcement officials for this person just to rattle their cage a little bit. No, it was more. But someday,
But Pony got better.
Someday it won't be about us, Pony. Someday the other people might have screwed up.
Someday.
Just try for 2016. Try to maybe in your mind think that other people might be at fault for
But Mike-
something, and it might not be you.
Mike,
Even after Pony realized he was misguided and he wanted to fix the situation, he rolled over in bed and he said, "Mom, what should I do?"
I remember that.
And Glenda said, "Let me go back to sleep, or Santa's not going to bring you anything." But ho, ho, ho. Happy Crimble. Merry holidays. We're back, in case you might have
What's
wondered.
that?
We're back. We're back. Start the goddamn show. Come on.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
May we say have a wonderful day, every day of the bright new year.
Happy New Year! My resolution is to be more fun.
You know what? I am going to be happy this year. I am going to make myself happy.
Do you want us to leave the room, or?
Every day, I am going to do one thing I have never done before. That, my friends, is my New Year's resolution.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah?
Mine is to pilot a commercial jet.
That's a good one, too, Phoebes. Now all you have to do is find a plane load of people whose resolution is to plummet to their deaths.
Maybe your resolution should be not to make fun of your friends, especially the ones who may soon be flying you to Europe for free on their own plane.
She has a better chance of sprouting wings and flying up your nose than you do of not making fun of us.
In fact, I'll bet you $50 you can't go the whole year without making fun of us. You know what? Better yet, a week.
I'll take that bet, my friend. And you know what? Paying me the $50 can be the new thing you do that day. And it starts right now.
All right, my New Year's resolution is to learn how to play guitar.
Oh. Really? How come?
Well, you know those special skills I have listed on my resume? I would love it if one of those was true.
Do you want me to teach you? I'm a great teacher.
Oh, really? Who have you taught?
Well, I taught me, and I loved me.
Hey, Rach, maybe your resolution should be to, gossip less.
What? I don't gossip.
No.
Well, maybe sometimes I find out things, or I hear something and I pass that information on. You know, kind of like a public service. Doesn't mean I'm a gossip. I mean, would you call Ted Koppel a gossip?
Well, if Ted Koppel talked about his co-workers' botched boob jobs, yeah, I would.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
Hey, you streamers, look at that one gray hair.
You know, it looks
sticking
like,
up for everybody to see.
It looks like it might be 2 or 3 that are working together. There's definitely, I wasn't going to mention it,
I
but
think it's the light.
no, it's the hair.
It's not the light. It's the hair. It was there before. We were talking about it before the show. Hey, I'm sorry. Coming to you live from the Cappy Pfeiffer studio in the heart of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show on the air and online worldwide. The show is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners on the planet. How do I sound? Do I sound okay, Rob?
You sound great.
Yeah.
Does
You
it
sound
sound all right? Or is it
Absolutely.
my hearing after being away for 2 weeks.
You sound great.
Money.
All right, well, we've got the greatest listeners on the planet because they get it, and if you're here, you do too. Our show today brought to you by Headspace. Let's be honest, most of your problems start with your mind.
Yep.
I might say that all of my problems start with my body fails me sometimes, but no, a lot of people have issues. Everybody does, whether it's fear, anger, stress, anxiety, depression, sleeplessness. They all begin in your mind. Somebody who goes to sleep and struggles with their thoughts running amok, that can wreck your life. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can make a major difference in just 10 minutes a day It is guided meditation with the new Headspace app. Headspace is meditation made simple. That's why they call it guided meditation. I've done it, and they walk you through it. It's fantastic. It's like a gym membership for your mind. Guided meditation that you listen to whenever you want, wherever you want, right on your phone, tablet, or computer. Meditation is rooted in thousands of years of wonderful tradition with thousands of scientific studies that show its positive effects, like improved focus and relationship harmony and decreased anxiety and stress. Join the over 4 million users already getting some Headspace for free right now. I love it. You can download the free Headspace app free, and you can begin your Take 10 program for 10 free days of guided meditation at headspace.com/TMOS. The Headspace Take 10 program is 100% free, and it's a way to experience the benefits of meditation in your busy modern life. Train your mind for a healthier, less stressed life. Start your free trial today at headspace.com/TMOS. That's headspace.com/TMOS. We want to thank them to the Lycobera family of advertisers, everybody.
Good folks. Good folks all.
Well, Happy New Year, boys.
Happy New Year to you.
Good to be back, everybody. I know that you boys did some traveling. I stayed down here in beautiful West South Florida.
People traveled to you.
Yes, they came to me. And it was great. It was absolutely trouble-free, and I liked it that way. I have moved into an area where, based on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and we didn't go out New Year's Eve, but New Year's Day was a babysitter not only during the middle of the day but in the afternoon, where we went to a dinner thing.
Nice.
And I drank Bud Light, which I never drink, and I drank a lot of it. But I mean, I'm telling you, now even Bud Light, even that lousy Bud Light beer, that doesn't. It just, I can't do it anymore, man. It absolutely tanks me for the next day.
What?
I went to bed at 8:00. I drank basically. I drank intensely beer. I drank as many as you can drink without being standing next to a cooler and mainlining them. I drank from about 5 till 8, about 3 hours of having a few beers.
You
Probably
drink beers
10
you
beers.
drink high C's, like a kid drink high.
Yeah,
High
Capri
C.
Sun.
Yeah, Capri
I drink
Sun.
fast.
Yeah,
I drink
because
fast.
I've seen. Look, and it's not because you're, an alcoholic. It's just because.
Well, it might be.
No. Because I've seen people.
A building is not just built of bricks. There's also pipes and electricity.
I've seen you drink, and I've seen friends drink that casually just are hanging out and partying. Right.
Right.
I guess the Bud Light or the Miller Lights of the world are like water to you.
You drink with a purpose, Mike. When I took my dear wife to Germany, the family that we visited gave her a nickname, Schnelltrinker, which means fast drinker. So when you drink with purpose...
No. Give me that name again. I'm going to write it down.
Schnelltrinker. Meaning Schnell, meaning fast, and Trinker, meaning to drink.
That means, that's a Spiewak term. It's a Spiewak family.
What does it mean?
No Jews can come to the party.
No.
That's what it is.
No,
That's what it is.
That is
snow drinker. Snow drinker.
Schnelltrinker.
Schnelltrinker, yes.
Hello, Lisa Schnelltrinker.
Well, if we invited them, we'd have to show them our relic from the Hindenburg, which is basically Nazi memorabilia.
No. It's an aviation thing.
The collection is notwithstanding,
history.
You, I guess, carry as well. Some people just drink those beers like they're water.
Yep.
Well, what it tells me, though,
that's why Gary gets the flu.
I don't do it like I used to, and I am telling you, maybe it's because it was New Year's Day, and I had a full day of recovery, and I felt so much better on Sunday. But I'm reading this thing about a guy, remember when I took a year off? This guy took 2 years off of drinking, and he really wrote, there's so many blogs out there, so many people offer advice.
They're all bragging.
They all brag, but he wrote such an articulate thing about, how he felt and how much more productive he was. And I've got my little guy, and I went to bed. I was in bed by 8:30, and I was just a mess all day the next day. I was literally on January 2nd, I was functionless. I was there like a bump on a log. The only thing I did was wrestle with my kid all day. And
that was just him trying to get you up.
No, he loved it. He loves crawling. What I am for him now is a set of monkey bars, just like my kids were when they were younger.
I remember.
Catherine and Elizabeth, where we played the crawl on Daddy's back game. Doing the same thing, same patterns, nothing changes, and he crawls all over me. But my point is, it just isn't worth it for me. I don't enjoy the 24 hours of just being logy, not really hungover as much as just the energy being sapped out of my body. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore.
Do you hydrate before it's? When it's.
No, probably not. Probably not as much
hydrate
as I should.
before and after.
If you drink enough water, you almost can. You can really, really, really break down the hangover to maybe an hour tops.
And also, it prevents you from over drinking.
Yes,
it's not even a hangover. It's the fact that I get up at 5:30 every day, whether it's a holiday or not. And the fact is, I cannot. It's the lack of energy that I used to do this standing on my head. I owned a bar. I was in my bar 4 nights a week on certain weeks. I was in there 4 nights a week. I was a highly functioning afternoon drive radio personality.
If you own a failing restaurant, contact us at foodnetwork.com.
And it really wasn't a bar as much as it was a pub and gathering place.
Yes, the restaurant failed. Now, you know what? You play that all the time, but I think for clarity's sake, now that you have obsessively, compulsively ingrained that into everybody's brain, it should be pointed out that I sold that restaurant.
Yeah, for true context.
At a profit.
Yes.
I sold it, and then I sold it to the next person that tried to make a go of it, and they made a go of it. They still own it, and they still own it today. So, but the fact is that I really,
it's
I
like
just
the Nigerian buyback. How did you sell it twice?
Sell 3 times.
Well, what happened is
I own the building it was in. Thank you
many
very much.
people in Manassas got an email from what was known as a Manassas Prince. It said, I have a restaurant that I have to sell. Please send me a money order for X number of dollars. Signed Prince O'Mara.
And they bought it
every time.
But anyway,
I cannot make it to the country.
Help me.
Because of my travel restrictions.
Great, though. We got invited to a neighborhood party, guys. We got invited to a neighborhood party. They actually are reaching out to us
So
now.
this was at a home?
We're in.
This was at a home or at the clubhouse?
You're making friends.
This was at a private home. We actually were there with the people that have been there for 30 years. We were sitting there. We were hanging with them. And
they've lived in your neighborhood for 30 years?
It was fine except
so
for
are they
one lady.
110?
There is that contingent of women that do not necessarily dig Carla.
They're jealous.
Oh yeah,
for obvious.
Hey,
and look,
jealousy.
I could dance around it.
That
I could pretend it didn't matter. No, there is no excuse. Carla's not mean to anybody.
Right.
She hasn't had enough contact. So this is what happens. Okay, we're at this little golf tournament on New Year's Day, and it was a lot of fun. We played with a couple of friends of ours down here, and afterwards, this guy walks up and says, "Hey, that's a great outfit." My wife was commenting on that. And
what
later
you
on
were
the
wearing,
same,
or what
no,
Carla
my
was
wife
wearing?
was wearing.
Okay.
And then stop it.
You were
Don't do this.
you
In
were unclear.
2016, don't do this,
guy,
please. I'll kill you.
Wait, just
Thank you.
Again.
Wow, first
Swear
death
to God.
threat of the year.
Yes, it's all you're good at lately. All right, yes, go ahead.
The guy complimented your wife.
Yes, he compliments my wife, and then later on that afternoon, the wife comes up and says, "That's really a nice outfit, but it should really have a collar on it. You can, it's against the rules, but you can go on wearing it. They probably won't say anything." That total passive-aggressive thing that ruined, an otherwise quite nice evening. I didn't find out because you didn't tell me at the function.
And that's best.
I would have said something. I was in that kind of that zone. But other than that, not one single blemish, not one the danger zone. I probably wouldn't because even though it was Bud Light. And I'll tell you something, my liver still, I believe, gets a Bud Light to process and goes, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you really drinking that? Come on, give me a break."
Seltzer waters.
But anyway, it was nice, and it was the only time during the entire holidays that I really had a little too much to drinky, which is pretty astonishing.
But was it a great party? Did you make any new connections?
No, just knew a lot of people. Got to I'm still working on figuring out how to remember names.
It's
which,
tough, isn't
I have
it?
been terrible. It's extremely difficult. Well, it's tough if you're intellectually lazy like I am with that. And for years, I was trying to explain this to without sounding like an egomaniac. That for years and years and years, the extent of my socializing was owning a bar and doing appearances as a radio personality.
Right.
When I didn't need to know anybody's name. That it was absolutely irrelevant. And you realize that everybody else, you have to have these social skills to get out there and remember names because you want to see people again. And you want to be friendly, and you want to. And so I have to do it, and I have to pay attention, and it's something I'm trying to work on. I've gotten a lot better at it.
It doesn't mean you're lazy. Do you know that Dean Martin once said that one of Jerry's greatest qualities as a partner was that he remembered names? Because Dean did 20 years, Dean Martin just would say, "Hey, Pally. Hey, Pally. Hey, Pally." And maybe you need a word like Pally, so you can just greet people.
But see, that's the whole. I think it's they've analyzed personality types and people that do it and people that don't do it. I think ultimately it comes down to effort. I really believe that. I believe that with all of my soul.
You get a certain pass because for the majority of your adulthood, you've been famous.
That's true.
People
not really famous.
No,
it's just
you've been more famous than anybody in this room.
Except for Mac.
No. It's not famous. It's that the things I didn't require me. I didn't socialize normally. I never socialized normally.
But the fame brought you the interaction with the masses and friends.
And the ability to not need to do it.
So you didn't have to. And I'm not saying you're right. It's not.
It's great to do it, though. It's great to do it because it's the way you should do it. And you should remember names.
But for one reason or another, I give you a pass because, again, how many appearances have you done?
Yeah.
Over your career?
Do you remember? Do either one of you guys remember names? Do you remember?
It's
do you try
hard
to
for me
remember
to
names?
do so.
You know what? In the circle that we run in radio, I'm pretty good at it. But where I'm really bad, school functions. There's 50 parents that I know that I can shake hands with and know their kids, but I don't know them. You know who's really good at remembering names is what's his name over there.
No, I really have to work on it. I would say that.
Do you have tricks? Do they teach you tricks in business school?
No, it's just it really, as Mike said, you have to make an effort.
Yeah, you do.
There's actually, I would make a joke out of not knowing certain people's names.
Yeah, because that's the way, you could probably say personality types and stuff, but I agree with you, and that's what my point. It's an effort. It's training yourself to do it just like you would train yourself to ride a bicycle.
Yep.
You remember it, and you work at it, and you do it. And I was talking to my neighbor the other day. I don't remember his name.
It's not Richard.
But anyway, sorry about that. I'd tell the story, but I don't remember his name, so I don't deserve to tell the story.
You don't even remember the story.
No, I'll tell you a quick story. I'm on the driving range, and I got those logo golf balls.
Yes.
Those beautiful logo golf balls.
.coms.
I'm walking back from the range. I'm sort of dragging my feet, and they fall out. A couple of them fall out. And these are not the .comers. These are the ones with the logo, the pony.
Oh, the beautiful ones.
These are the ones with the logo. And so he picks them up. I said, "Here, take one of these." He's going to take one of these. And he said, "No, I don't want it." I said, "Yeah, come on, take one of these." And he says, Can I have a second one? And I said, yeah, let me see. I don't have a second one in here right now, but why do you want a second one? He said, well, I just want to take it down to the girls and say, you want to see Mike O'Mara's balls? There you go. Thank you. See, they may be elderly, but they're funny. We'll take a break and come back with more fun. We'll talk about I want to say thank you to my partners for my wonderful Christmas gifts.
Oh, cool.
Two phenomenal gifts from two great guys. I'll tell you all about that when we get back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
It's Tony and Gary.
Hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tony Perkins.
I'm Mrs. Stein's little boy.
Oh, isn't that cute? On this week's episode of the show, Jackie the Joke Man Martling.
Hysterical.
I have not laughed this hard in a year, probably.
I haven't laughed this hard in at least a week.
He's on the show. It's fun galore. Be sure to check it out. TonyPerkinsShow.com. Download the brand new Tony Perkins Show app and subscribe on iTunes and leave a 5-star review.
Buy a t-shirt.
The Tony Perkins Show.
Jackie the Joke Man. Wow, there's a voice from the past.
Absolutely.
My God. How come we didn't get Jackie the Joke Man?
You want Jackie the Joke Man?
Yeah, we could get him tomorrow, Mike.
We could.
He loves it.
That answers that. Welcome back to the show. Brought to you by.
Well, you want to call right now?
When you answer it like that, I kind of like that. Now I take pause. Welcome back to the show. Brought to you by Sleep Number. Here's a fact: most Americans get less than the recommended 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night, and that's no good. Hate to brag, but I got my 7.5 last night. Make sleep your #1 New Year's resolution because science proves that getting more sleep will make it easier to achieve and keep your other resolutions. For the best possible sleep, Here's my bed, the Sleep Number bed. It's got Sleep IQ technology. Sleep Number beds let you choose your ideal comfort on each side, so it's the perfect bed for couples. And listen, by adding optional Sleep IQ technology, you can track and optimize your sleep. So whether it's adjusting your Sleep Number setting or making different lifestyle choices, you will always know what's working because Sleep IQ can prove it, and I can prove it because it saved my back, and I love it. And there's not a day that goes by when I'm here anywhere. I got one in Maine. I got one down here. I love it that much. My mom has one. I'm working on my sister right now to get one for 2016. My Sleep Number is a 90. Carla's is a 65. And last night my Sleep IQ score was 93, and I feel great. Sleep Number mattresses start at only $799.99. And right now, during the lowest prices of the season, you can save $800 on the Sleep Number i8 bed rated #1 by a leading consumer magazine. No better sleep with Sleep Number. Sleep Number beds and Sleep IQ are only available at any of the 475 Sleep Number stores nationwide. Find one near you by calling 800-511-0061. And don't forget to sigh. Just like that. That's like you're content. And sigh contentedly. And tell them that Mike O'Mara sent you, everybody.
Remember when that was your old DJ name?
Sigh contentedly.
Sigh contentedly.
Hello. It was a financial show.
It was.
All right, here's what I want you to do. Roll it over into a long-term CD. I'm Sigh contentedly. Thank you very much. Welcome back to the show. I want to say thank you so much. Did you boys get your presents from me yet?
I just flew in yesterday. I did. Thank you so much,
You got
Mike.
the sleep thing that I got you?
I threw it on last night. A lot of
Did
fun.
it work?
It worked. I got
You
some
got it
rest.
a touch of modern.
Yeah.
I did not receive it yet. I bet it comes today.
Oh, you didn't get yours yet?
Not yet.
Rob, thank you for your gift as well.
And now I hope, with the drone restrictions in town, I thought this would take the Jones out.
This one rolls on the ground, jumps around.
And you get to steer it with your phone, right?
Yes,
Yeah, it's very
absolutely
cool.
awesome. Thank you so much.
Cool. Glad you loved
Oscar, through our Mike O'Mara Show Amazon page, bought me Alexa, which is this wonderful. It's a robot. It's a robot. And it's
The
this
Amazon
wonderful.
Echo.
It's the Amazon Echo. It's called Alexa. That's its name. When you ask a question, Alexa, what's the weather forecast in Hancock, Maine today? And it tells you. It's just kind of fun.
how cool.
My kid loves
Fun,
it too.
right?
My kid was standing next to it going, Alexa. He was trying to make it work, and it was really, really
Sweet.
fun. And we had a lot of. It's right next to the. I didn't disconnect it. I wonder if I have to. I wonder if we have to add that to the list of bandwidth sucking devices.
Is it Bluetooth?
In the house.
Would it make a
It is
difference?
on Wi-Fi.
So
We're
it
holding
is on
strong.
Wi-Fi,
We're
but
holding strong.
So far, so good today. We'll see what happens.
What you should do is say, Alexa, do we sound okay?
And then Rob Spiewak sent down a charger for an iPhone 6 that all you have to do is lay your phone down and
It's
and
like a pad.
And it came with a special. It's a pad that you put down.
I was
and,
I was actually jealous of this when I found it because I was thinking how cool would
I
it
am
be
too.
at
I'm
night
jealous
just
of
to
it.
put your phone down on the nightstand and have it. Why are you jealous of it?
Well, why? It's interesting you ask. I'm jealous because I don't own an iPhone 6.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Mike,
Misstep.
when you get one, you're gonna love it.
Carla is enjoying Rob's gift for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know what? That could have been better. That is awesome.
Spiewak. Heartbreaking. Absolutely
I
heartbreaking.
was so jealous that Carla was going to enjoy this, not Mike.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't
Carla's
have an
using
iPhone
it all the
6.
time. Carla's using
Then you
it
know
all
what?
the
It was a
time.
really great Christmas for Carla because we also
Yeah.
sent down that stick blender that you won't ever use.
Yeah, you did. You did. I think. No, I did use it. I made butter with it.
Yeah. Did you attack Carla with it and take her phone?
Well, it's
Mike,
it looks
I am so
super
sorry.
jealous. I'm super jealous.
Oh, it's time for an upgrade, man.
You know I don't care.
Did you get the Matchbox cars for little Michael?
Yes, we got the
case?
magic.
Oh, and did you get when I set out to find the toy most annoying? This is a toy that annoyed me when Robert was little. Did you get what I sent for Robert?
Would you please share
The
it
Darth
with me?
Vader voice changer box?
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Nice.
I completely forgot that was you. Rob,
Oh,
you
that
know,
might have been
after-
fueled by Cabernet.
After Zen Shorts, Rob gets me the worst children's book ever written by anyone, anywhere.
But he
because
loved it. He loved
It's a
it.
book with it's his favorite fucking book.
Hey, give yourself a ding. That's the first beep of a new year.
Thank you. But the fact is, no, Zen Shorts is this book within a book with story. The bottom line, when you're reading a book to an 18-month-old, you want it to be time efficient. Zen Shorts is just like, and then the panda told a story about the rat and the raccoon, and then the marching men came through, and the mice in the fields. It's like, Jesus Christ, it's like 6 books in one, and I don't like that book. And he would always he would constantly bring it out. And so what does Rob get, Michael? He gets him a Darth Vader voice processor.
That's fun.
So
that
I'm
is a
sitting
lot
there
of fun.
Hey, daddy, 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 daddy.
Well, I mean, my encounters with your son now are largely via the show, and he loves the microphone. I thought it would be good to get him started. What is a man of your means doing with an iPhone 5?
I got my girls. I think my daughters have maybe bigger phones than my wife.
Yeah, because I bought those phones for your daughters.
That's right. That really shouldn't affect.
That's right. That's Oscar. See, I didn't buy them. I never had a desire to upgrade to the 6. What's the difference
give your
between the
upgrade
6?
to Carla is what you do.
I gave my upgrade to Carla.
I remember that.
Right. How come I don't remember that and Oscar does? I don't understand.
Well, they speak a lot on her iPhone 6.
No, the thing is, the iPhone 6 now that has the special charger, and I have the old, sexual intercourse charger that goes in the back.
Hold out for the 7, Mike. Just hold out.
Yeah, please hold out.
By the way, Downton Abbey fans, hate to want to turn it down if you don't want a spoiler alert right now.
Yes.
But it seems I just have to share this. It seems that Mr. Carson and Mrs. Hughes are going to have intercourse.
Oh, no.
How about that, huh?
Hot turn of the century sex.
Downton Abbey, thumbs up, and I'm on my second go round. I won't tell you why, but I might have privileges with Downton Abbey that before the season debut I may have taken a peek or two.
Now, for people that don't follow Downton Abbey, is that still on the Spike Network?
Yes, it's on Spike. Exactly right. No, there's not much out there.
Did you finally get your screeners back?
What screeners?
The screeners from the Academy.
Oh yeah,
yes, I did, yes.
You're in a good standing. You should be getting your Academy Award screeners soon.
Well, Ricky Gervais sends me all the Golden Globe nominees.
That'll be good. Because you're a foreign journalist
2016, I've already lost my energy for the show. Isn't that incredible?
Well, you did 35 great minutes.
When I was in Los Angeles, I was at one of my sister's friend's house, and they had a stack of all the nominated movies.
Did you wish you had a bag with you?
Sitting there, and I was like, oh. That hasn't come out in theaters
Did
yet.
either one of you take in any cinema over? Did we get our Star Wars?
I saw Star Wars again.
Okay. Will someone enlighten me? Because there is a
spoiler alert.
You're aware of this, that there is a groundswell of negative sentiment over the fact that this is not the great movie that everybody is saying it is, and that, in fact, even compared to Star Wars movies, that this maybe is not one of the best efforts.
Disagree. After seeing it a second time, Oscar, tell me if you agree. I think it's up there with the first trilogy and maybe even better than Return of the Jedi.
Mike, I'm not a purist, and I loved it. And when I saw that my brother liked it as well, and he loved it even more, and I realized we actually had to do a timeline why we weren't into Star Wars as much as our friends were.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the first Star Wars came out in 1977.
Did you know it under a different name?
I was 18.
I was born in 1978. The second Star Wars came out in 1981. That's just when we got to the States, so we're FOB. And then the third Star Wars came out in 1983, so we were just barely learning the language at that point.
And Jedi not the best one to start with.
Jedi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jedi.
Jedi.
Hey, return all el Jedi. Jedi.
The Jedi. So you guys stand by the Star Wars movie.
Obi-Wan.
My
Uncle Obi-Wan. I went with Luca, my niece Sophia. I went with my father.
So you actually went in L.A.?
We went in Los Angeles.
That's cool.
Into one of those beautiful theaters.
It wasn't the El Capitan, was it?
No, it wasn't the El Capitan. But they don't make theaters like they make theaters out here.
No.
They
do them different.
Yeah.
Because they have so many events at them out there.
Yeah, it was one of the main theaters where they have the premieres.
Okay,
right?
with you.
Walked in and I said, I hope this doesn't suck. Sat down. Everybody walked out and with a smile on their face, and it seemed like everybody enjoyed it. I asked them. My father was the only one that said, I like the one that came out 5 years ago. And I said, you mean Like, and I'm going through all the
He
iterations.
said Star Trek Generations?
Yeah, and he goes, no, the one with Darth Vader. And I said, Dad, that was 30 years ago.
It's 1977, 40 years ago.
Yeah. You're 76. Maybe it's time to think about a home.
Time seems to stop. You want time to slow down. That's what it is. The older you get, the more you want that clock to slow down.
I said, Obi-Wan was a long time ago.
You know, as we had said on the last show before vacation, I accidentally fell into tickets for the premiere night, which was very cool. But I already had tickets to take Robert and Jabrill to the Uptown to see it on Monday, that is if there is any movie event in D.C., the Uptown Theater in Connecticut Avenue.
I've never been.
It's
Hey,
worth
Rob,
it.
let me tell you this, seriously. When Oscar talks about the great theaters, out in L.A. and stuff, we do have the Uptown. But really, outside of it just being a big one-movie theater,
right?
Is it really... How does it hold up? Because it's
the reason that it's
decades since I've been there.
The reason it's great is because they continually have events there. The sound system is aces.
Yeah. So they update it.
And it's this. I mean, and the screen size, and it's got a slightly curved screen, which gives you a different feel. It is the biggest screen in the DC area outside of an IMAX theater, and it's got a balcony. And what is so cool about the balcony? We were second row in the balcony, and when you have a screen that big, if you're in the main auditorium, you have to look up.
I never
but with the
about
balcony,
that.
you're looking straight on the huge screen.
That's cool.
And so it actually is.
So
And
it's worth
also, historically, I think it was one of only 33 theaters that had the original Star Wars when it released because they didn't think it would succeed. So all the Star Wars movies have played there.
This one in Westwood had that curtain, like that.
That
beautiful-
opens?
That
Oh,
opens
so
up when a
awesome.
movie's about to start. I walked in there. I said, "This is where you guys go and see movies."
Yeah, you see an Adam Sandler film here?
Wow.
I saw it was either Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, or it might have been Raiders of the Lost Ark, the original.
Yes.
That I saw at the Uptown Theater, and I had a moment. I had a story. I told this story on the air. I was at that theater, and I went to see. I think it was Raiders of the Lost Ark, and there was a talker about 4 rows down in front of me, and I finally got fed up with it. And this is exactly the reaction of the audience, not to me, but the talker. And it's the most dissed I've ever been in a theater, and I shut up. And this is I'll play the laugh track just to illustrate it the way it sounded. But I went, "Can you be quiet, please?" And you hear, "Fuck you," and then. I should have known DC wasn't for me at that point. They laughed at the talker who told me to F off.
But as good of a movie as it was.
Yeah, it was hateful. I should have known how hateful it was at that particular time. I was trying to be the noble guy, getting somebody to be quiet, and it was early on. I think perhaps it was the previews of coming attractions. I'm not sure, but it was mighty embarrassing.
As good as the movie was the second time, my true highlight came with the fact that I took Jabrill to see the movie because he's back, and 2 great Jabrill moments. Once the movie finished, he looked at me and said, "So was that guy Darth Vader?"
It's a cultural thing.
And I said, "No, Jabrill, that's not Darth Vader. Is it Kylo Ren? I believe his name is Kylo Ren. He's like a new Darth Vader." And then Jabrill said, "Well, can we get some lunch?" I said, "Absolutely." I said, "Where do you want to go?" And he said, "Keep in mind, this is 2.5 weeks ago." He said, "I want to go to Chipotle." Now, on the bright side, there was no line. And all was going well until I looked at Jabrill, and he had kind of a weird look on his face. I said, "Are you okay?" He says, I said, "Is it something about the movie?" He says, "No, it's kind of embarrassing." I said, "What?" He says, "I think I have rice in my nose."
This guy, is he a preteen?
He's a sophomore in high school.
I guess that theory you've been espousing about the fact that he sped up a little bit over the years, maybe not all that true. He might be still driving in that emergency lane, don't you think?
His grades are very strong.
I'm very good.
I love him dearly, and it's so great to see him over the holidays.
Lots to talk about. We got Oscar going to a faded Hollywood star's house for a party, and Rob Spiewak going down to Savannah, Georgia.
Ooh. Yeah.
Lots more fun and more thrills coming up on the Mike O'Mara Show. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. 2016 is here. Out with the old and in with the new. Old Lang Syne and all that stuff. But don't forget to make an important New Year's resolution. Resolve to do all your online shopping through our Amazon link. You know, during the Christmas run-up, so many of you were so thoughtful to go through the Amazon link at MikeO'MaraShow.com. It did wonders for our show. It keeps us alive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anytime you purchase something through our Amazon link, we get a tiny percentage. It doesn't cost you any extra, and it is without a doubt the best way to support this show. So stick to the 2016 Amazon resolution, and you'll feel even better than if you quit smoking, went to the gym, and ate healthier because you helped out your favorite podcast. Remember, if you need it or want it, Amazon has it. Just go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon or click the Amazon button on our website or use the TMOS app and click on the shopping cart. Then shop like you normally would. It's that simple, but it means the world to us. And Happy New Year. Before we get to Oscar in L.A., I do
Ollie
have
weird,
to,
Mike.
I have to say it was a quiet New Year's Eve. I talked about drinking on New Year's Day, but New Year's Eve was super quiet, and I think a sign that perhaps the economy is doing better. I have never heard homemade fireworks like I have heard this year. It was down here probably from 8 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the morning. And, you know, we don't see anything. You just hear the boom, 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 boom.
And I'm guessing after that you hear yells.
Well, no, not that close. Not that close to hear that. But I will tell you, it did. I was a bit curmudgeon-y. There's nothing I could do. But we ended up trying to turn in early, about 10:30, and because we had a big day planned on New Year's Day, and so it was just going on.
You
and on.
missed Pitbull.
Oh, God. First of all,
no.
Don't get me started
How
on
dare
the
you.
landscape of American culture.
Oh, it's bad.
I don't. I truly wonder about entertainment, and I wonder about. Although I will give Jessie J. Is that what's her?
Yes,
Jessie J?
Oh, nice.
young
Look at
singer.
you.
I will give Jessie
impressive.
J. Tremendous credit because not only did she not lip sync, but her performances were so tremendous that I say that to me was great. If we'd had more of that and less of Kathy Griffin and Anderson Cooper. Kathy Griffin.
She looked good.
What you mean, Kathy Griffin?
Yes.
Well, it looked good in what way?
Well,
I mean, look good
you know,
like
it's
she doesn't
funny.
have an ounce of body fat, and she
subject-
obviously hits the gym. Is that what you're?
The subject of
You're
Kathy
saying-
Griffin's
you're saying
looks
it's
came
like
up.
like a bad thing. Is it a bad
No,
thing?
I'm saying no. It's not a bad thing, but I'm just
I
saying.
was shocked. I was again. I was. And
How do I say
mind
this
you, I was in a
delicately?
bar, in a hotel bar, waiting to go out and watching the East Coast feed come in.
Right, just to make sure the new year would arrive.
Well, no, I just said that one. It's strange to spend New Year's out west because
You felt strange.
I felt strange because I felt like I'm missing out on the New Year's with my family, right? And
Right,
then two,
right.
You look back and I'm watching the TV and they've got CNN on, and I'm like, is that Kathy Griffin?
Well, the Griffin topic came up at the Von Herman's house because we were switching between all the different programs. And what Katie and I determined was this. She's done very well with what God gave her. She's done the best she could.
She
She's
is
had surgery,
also a
right?
Joan
Yes.
Rivers aficionado, and
Yes,
she
she
has
is.
definitely taken the Joan Rivers option with her face.
Yes.
She has obviously had multiple plastic surgeries to deal, but at the and she, I think she's always been a fitness person. From what I remember, I
You're
think she
right.
always has.
Yeah.
You're right.
She's thin,
I
always
just-
been thin.
I just happened to forget that when she took that jacket off or sweater or whatever
Yes.
it was. I
Did you see the one where she was doing the ice bucket challenge
when she was naked? I saw that as well.
That was a
And
little gross.
well, I liked. Again, it's the old hack job they do where Anderson is uncomfortable and
Yes, this
you
is
know,
true.
and
This
she's
is
going
true.
over the top, and she's clearly.
And I'm fine with that too.
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
That's a
fine
good
with
show.
her
That's a good
taking
show.
your top off and going, hey, not bad. You know, for Kathy Griffin, you don't think of her as a sexual object, and then she pops her jacket off, and it's like, wow, she's fit, and that's
Yes.
kind of what everybody says. What I cannot abide. And I try, believe me, because I would really, really, especially on New Year's Eve when I'm at home and I got nothing else going on and Carl and I are sitting there, I'd love to watch her. It would be fun. The incessant, manic babbling is absolutely it's I cannot tolerate it.
I think the
truly cannot
weakness
tolerate
the
it.
weakness of New Year's Eve programming falls to the producer.
Yeah.
There was one. Did you watch any of the I look tired and unwell Carson Daly show?
Oh,
you know
no,
what?
I missed that one.
You know what? That to me,
Oh,
of all of them, Rob, was the most under control, in my humble opinion.
But
that to me was the most.
Too much
that had
voice.
Whitney Cummings, right?
Yeah, and she was funny. But here's the deal: one of the people on the panel was a housewife of somewhere. And
horrible.
Every
Yeah,
time
horrible.
they threw it to her,
Nene or
she
Zizi
had
or whatever the hell.
nothing to say. Like seriously,
No,
they were-
nothing of any intellect
like
at all.
Andy Cohen was bringing up easy topics like
Yeah.
Star Wars,
Yeah.
and they'd
Right.
say, "What do you think, housewife?"
Softball.
And she'd say, "I haven't seen it. I don't like those."
Whiff.
That's it.
But
3 strikes, you're out.
but I'm talking about completely settling, and then the Ryan Seacrest show. You've got the other manic. What
Jenny
is it
McCarthy's
about?
forehead.
What is it about and
Skeletor.
the lesser Wahlberg brother who's practically giving her a tongue bath
Donnie.
on camera?
They're married.
And but I mean, can't we do better? We're talking about
Can't.
network television.
You
Can't
can't.
we do better? Can't we have something? Can't we have something kind of cool on New Year's
There-
Eve? I mean,
there-
does
there
it have
should
to
be.
be nerdy? You
There
know?
should-
It hasn't been cool. You know what was cool? The one day that it was great was, do you remember CNN on Y2K when they gave us New Year's from around the world, every city, like every top of every hour?
Did that again this
Did
year,
they?
though.
But it's not as big of a
not
deal,
as
I guess.
Cool because it's not new anymore. I liked the last days of Dick Clark, where
I almost brought in some of his last days
where
to remember.
It was fun to see
That
him
would
try.
be piling on.
Wouldn't
that
it?
was fun.
Yeah.
I'd sit there and be like, he's trying though. He's almost
But
there.
when the
Somebody should have
last
voice
days,
tracked him.
the last days when Dick was there, Dick Clark, that was the death of it when he had
I
his
think it
stroke.
was.
It no longer, and they brought Seacrest in. They
Well, one
wrecked
year
it.
they brought in Regis.
They brought in Regis. That's right. They brought. I think I went to
Now
a party that
it's gonna
weekend.
be New Year.
There we are. There we are.
Quick,
Quick
sidebar, and I'm
Yes,
so sorry. I don't want to
that's
hijack
okay.
the show, and my apologies. There's,
Go
it's
ahead.
just
We're
things are-
talking. We're all over the place.
things
The first show
are
back.
flashing back.
Yes. Oh dear.
Christmas dinner, and you know how we do midnight, right?
And
Midnight.
fricassee?
Yeah, no.
The fricassee,
Yeah, we do
yes.
the fricassee, and then we do the midnight. We actually celebrate Christmas at midnight. People stay up, and we open presents at
Right,
midnight.
right.
So, and this is in my Latin household. We're in Los Angeles, and my mom says, "Escucharon que el señor Larry me llamó," and I was like, "Excuse me?" She
Just
goes,
listen to something, right?
"Did you guys hear that Larry called me?" There
I
are
forgot we did that.
9-10 people at the table, all family. Right?
By the first name only?
Yes.
Oh, they're friends now.
Yes.
And is she? So she's. Do you know immediately? Do you know instantaneously whether or not she's being sarcastic or whether she
I
took the
know
bait?
she's being serious because she starts rummaging through her bag to find her cell phone.
Oh no!
Okay, this gets better.
Because if you recall, there was a voicemail left.
I remember.
I do. I remember.
It was
that
a
right
lengthy
before.
voicemail.
Oh, it was lengthy.
Yeah.
And it slandered my father at one point.
I remember that.
No.
So, and I'm saying, okay, hopefully this old bat has deleted that.
Oh no!
Has deleted that email, that voicemail somehow because she doesn't know how to use her phone, right?
Right.
So she is she's in a nice evening gown and she finds her
Now
phone.
is this in DC or are
Well, no,
you back?
we are
you
in
LA?
Bel Air, California.
Oh, so
Yeah,
Mom
we
and
are
everybody's
there.
out in LA.
Everybody's there. Yes.
Oh, everybody's.
So
in
they're
LA. Very
probably
cool.
like 4 miles from Larry King's house.
Yes. Cannon was right up the street.
Hi.
So
Hi there. Hi. This is about yours.
takes out her phone, finds the voicemail, holds the phone in the middle of the table.
Oh, speaker action.
And puts it on speaker. And my sister, my brother, everybody except for my father are in on the gag, right?
Right.
And my father is staring at that phone like, oh my God, Larry King's calling my wife. Like, not even like, oh my God, this is so cool. This is jealousy, right? This is sheer jealousy. Like, I've left town for 6 months too many times, and now Larry's coming in, right?
Yeah, he's hitting on her.
Did Larry during the message? Didn't I say something about him being out of town?
Yes,
all the time?
yes, you did.
Yeah. Kick a man when he's down, Mike.
All right, are there any family members that are immediately getting it, that are getting the
Nobody
bit?
is laughing because we don't want to ruin it for my mom,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Don't tell anyone that the lady has no clothes on. Just let her go through hell.
So,
lady, go down.
Larry's done with the message. It was 2.5 minutes, if I recall correctly, because I was counting down the timer.
Sure, it felt longer than that.
Felt like 10 minutes, and she goes, me llama cada año. And then my dad says, what? And he goes, me llama cada año means he calls me every year, right? So
That means we get to do it next year, Rob.
Yes, we do.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
and everybody sat quietly, and my dad's like, así que te llama cada año. Like, oh, so he calls you every year. Like, now he's getting jealous, right?
Right.
And this is Christmas dinner. Christmas dinner. And my dad's
What are you doing?
76.
Are you playing it cool? Or are you just trying not to tip her off or
I'm
anything?
not saying a word because
Is anybody even smirking? Is
the
anybody
one
smirking?
thing we know is not to ruin the bit, right?
Yeah, don't touch it.
Because
All right, very
this
good.
is gold for as long as Larry calls, right? So
Right.
we're good. We're good.
Well, they have some respect
my
for what you do.
God.
Yes, they
Yeah.
have respect for it.
Oh my God.
So we're done with dinner. Everything's good. We're all sitting around the Christmas tree. It's about to strike midnight.
Right.
And my dad says, el señor Larry te mandó algo bonito? And I was like, or something like that. And I said, excuse me? He goes, sí, el Larry te está llamando porque no está comprando cosas. And I'm like, what? So he's basically saying, did Senor Larry send you something nice? If he's calling you all the time, why isn't he getting you
saying
presents?
this to your mother?
Yes!
He's already obsessing about
This
Larry
is what's so
King.
funny is that the call is done, dinner has been finished,
Yes.
they've moved on to the next phase of the evening, but
it's
Oscar's
with him.
dad
It's
has
with
not
him.
let it go. He's thinking.
right.
Wheels are turning. So did he
is-
bring you a gift?
He's pissed at Larry.
He's pissed at Larry King. Maybe I'll have to call Dad next Christmas.
I will
That
never
would be
buy
fun.
his brand of glucosamine again.
Yes. So yeah, I want to just quick sidebar. I sat there and I looked at my brother, and my brother just shook his head.
But the bit still is valid.
It's nobody ruined it.
Attaboy.
Nobody ruined
So the only
it.
goal
Way to go,
next year
Samaya's
will
family.
be the only goal next year will be to get her live as opposed to
Yes.
on a machine.
But the
although
machine
I sure love that the
paid
machine made it
dividends.
Yeah, it did.
possible to play around the table this year. Hi there.
How
Hi.
about, oh yeah, he calls me every year. Twice he's called, and it's not even him.
She played it for people at work.
Oh, that's
Well,
so
that only
great.
tells me one thing, that first of all, maybe I really would like to get an answering machine next year, and then next year I know that with the jealousy factor with Dad, perhaps it'd be, I have to tell you, you're a very beautiful lady. And
Nice.
you're special, and don't let anybody tell you you're not a special lady.
Do you suppose there's a chance we could call your mom when Larry could say, could you put your husband on the phone?
Maybe Larry.
She's too good for you.
Larry could send a gift next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Oh.
wonder. Roses.
Oh,
A dozen-
Proflowers.com.
A dozen long-stemmed roses.
We are a passionate people, Mike. Chocolates might work. Some Sherry's berries.
Well, maybe, how about yellow roses? They're more for friendship.
friendship.
Exactly.
A beautiful.
Amigos.
Right now I'm just picturing. I'm picturing Christmases at the Zabalio's home, and then the long stem roses arrive with a big card, super big font. Merry Christmas from Larry. That would just be very, very special.
Or
I think. It would be terrific.
remember how Larry would be so like almost ham-handed when he would be pursuing Angie Dickinson and all his girls. Maybe
Yes.
the card could just say, "Merry Christmas, marry me."
Well, we will tomorrow. I know you had a lot of fun out in L.A. and Rob had fun in Georgia. Tomorrow, I want to talk about a faded Hollywood star.
Yes.
And I don't think we haven't talked about this. It hasn't been on social
No,
media
no,
at
this
all,
is a
right?
text.
Yeah.
But Oscar, you partied with this person, right?
Yes.
This former
and I just
Hollywood person.
I just scratched the surface.
It was
Now-
so great because it was on I guess it was on a Sunday, or maybe you sent a text. Hey, Rob, have you ever heard of Hollywood star blank?
Yes.
And it
Rob,
was like,
let me
of
ask you
course,
this:
yeah.
at this and I'll say it's a lady.
Yeah.
At this lady's absolute pinnacle, where would she be? A, B, or C? Would she be an A?
Oh,
or,
she was an
B?
A-lister because she was picked out by many Hollywood big shots to go further than she did.
Okay.
She had her own TV series. She did movies.
Right.
She appeared on hit records.
Okay.
And so I think that she is not remembered as big as she was at the time.
Without being disrespectful, I imagine she did something right, and it wasn't marriage, right? Because she
could be marriage. It could be marriage.
Because I did a little research after I had the pleasure of meeting her.
She got by on her own, I think.
16,000 square foot mansion.
Well, for a period of time, I think it's safe to say household name, right, Rob?
Oh,
I'm
God, yeah.
Not, but it's not something. The reason I have to ask you about that is because it hasn't endured.
And it has not endured. But what is great, and I look forward to this when we discuss it, is she's connected to so many big people.
And one last thing, and so we'll get to that tomorrow. Yes. And one last thing, and this is just because you guys were talking about Star Wars. Here's a tip for you: if you are planning on taking in the Tina Fey, Amy Poehler film Sisters. Which I took in with my daughters. Do me a favor. Take a soup spoon, small soup spoon, and just slowly do this. Be very careful when you're doing it. Gouge out each of your eyes.
Oh, dear.
Gouge out each of your eyes so you don't have to sit and endure the worst movie I have ever seen in my entire life. This makes Caddyshack 2 look like it had potential. And all the budget in the world cannot make a crappy movie funny, okay? And by the way, and I don't care if this is a spoiler alert, all right? Making Amy Poehler into some sort of love interest because she was an executive producer made me seriously throw up in my mouth on numerous occasions.
Wow.
Okay, so there's my review of Sisters for you. It was a piece of garbage.
So
absolutely,
what, 3.5 stars?
No, you know what it is. All movies are now. All movies are the Saturday Night Live alum, Lorne Michaels anointed, people coming down the pipeline, Bobby Moynihan, and all the bit. That's all it is. There is no room for anybody else in this empire right now. They're the ones that are bankrolled. They're the ones that are safe, and it was absolute garbage. It would make me want to go see a Will Ferrell movie.
Wow.
Do you think that's why they released it against Star Wars? Because they knew
it would be buried?
I have no idea, but man, oh man, what a disappointment. And it started like it might have had potential, and then zoom, like that.
Wow.
Amy Poehler as the hot one.
Yeah, that
okay?
doesn't work.
They reversed the Tina Fey thing. It didn't work. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll
Does
take a
she,
break.
she show any frontal nudity?
No, thank God, no. But oh god, I'll tell you, Ike Bergenholtz or whatever, Barinholtz.
Barinholtz, I think it is.
Barinholtz, man, that guy needs a Purple Heart. We will take a break. Come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Cake and cookies. Rob and Katie. It's the Rob and Katie Show.
Question: who's going to write your eulogy? Who do you have planned out for that? It's got to be Mike O'Mara.
I would want Mike to speak.
Do you think he could do it without weeping?
Do it without weeping? Could he do it without cheering?
For more information, visit us at morebroadcasting.com.
I threatened to kill Rob during the show today.
Yeah, but only
Anybody's
once.
keeping notes.
Only once.
First one of 2016. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Hey, are you hiring but not sure where to find the best candidates? I can tell you this for sure. Your company is only as good as the people you hire. I can also tell you that posting your job in only one place ain't going to cut it. It's not going to work. You're not going to find the quality candidates you need. And if you're already short-staffed, you don't have time to deal with dozens of different job sites until now, thanks to ZipRecruiter.com. You can post to over 100 job sites with a single click. We have a guy that ran a medical office that's a listener of the Mike O'Mara Show. Talked about that fact that he found not one, but two physician's assistants through ZipRecruiter.com, and it did great for him. They're incredible employees, and I think they've been with him for the better part of the year, and they're working out beautifully. You can be instantly matched to the best candidates from over 6 million resumes. 6 million resumes. Just one post, and within 24 hours, watch your candidates appear in ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. Real ZipRecruiter clients say it's painful. It's not painful. It's not painful.
What?
They say it's
Welcome back.
not
Happy
painful.
2016.
Takes away
Real
the pain.
ZipRecruiter clients say that ZipRecruiter transformed the recruiting process from painful to easy.
See, that's better.
Thank you.
That works. That makes more
Oh,
sense.
God. ZipRecruiter has been used by over 400,000 businesses, and you can try it right now absolutely free. Getting the right people for your company is so important. Try ZipRecruiter today. It's free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/TMOS and get started. Try it for free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/TMOS. We do seriously love ZipRecruiter, and it was very cool to hear that physician say that it is the best, and it's worked out for him, so thank you.
News.
Boo. not exactly like getting back on a bicycle, is it? All right, anyway. Former NFL defensive end Dexter Manley.
Hey, Dex.
Yeah, man used to be featured on the Mike O'Mara show, the Don and Mike show, way back in the day.
He was a regular for a while.
He was a regular. Yeah, we had Dexter on weekly, and he said he was sorry for making an insensitive comment about black quarterbacks on CBS's show Game On. Now, what is the CBS show Game On? Is that a pre-game show? Is that
so? There is a second. There's a second channel. I don't know if this is on this network, but most of these networks now, Fox Sports has FS1.
Yeah,
right?
they've got the second tier network.
But so they have the CBS Sports just channel where you have a bunch of different shows, even on Sundays that are not the main programs that they play on the network.
Support
yeah,
shows.
on the network CBS.
Which is great because I always thought CBS itself was a second-tier network.
Well, not now that they've gotten rid of their news station that we were all fired to develop.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's, congratulations
I was
to
fired from that station a long time ago.
Yeah.
Remember WHFS?
Was it a news station then?
No, but technically I was fired twice then.
Well, you know what? It's a heritage station, and if you're twice mentioned in that book, I guess that's
well,
good.
no, actually 3 because I worked for El Zol for a cup of coffee. Oh my God!
Well, they gave him 3 years. They
My
gave
career.
him 3 years because that's the middle name of CBS. Patience.
Right.
The two-time Super Bowl champion Dexter Manley had casually remarked, here's the quote. I didn't say this, Dexter did.
Okay.
Quote, most of the black quarterbacks, they like running because they're probably used to running from the law.
Wow,
That's, from
Dexter.
Dexter then went on to say, I think they took a break or somebody got in his ears, and I say some things I don't think about sometimes, Manley said in his apology. He's been in a similar situation before in terms of saying inflammatory comments while on the air. Back in 2013, he was a guest on TOP.
I heard this live, and I
used
almost
a gay
wrecked
slur.
my car.
Really?
Yes.
He called him the F word, didn't he?
Yes.
Isn't that what he called Troy Aikman?
No.
He apologized after that incident via email and was subsequently barred from the show. And so Dexter, come on, be careful.
Well, he's
Just,
also let's remember that he's on a daily basis fighting addiction, and
and he was functionally illiterate.
Yeah, he
and,
had a bad
lot
rap.
Yeah, he's a survivor. Dexter's a survivor, and I'm glad he'll bounce back from this. After hosting the Golden Globes for 3 consecutive years, starting in 2010, Ricky Gervais is coming back to host the ceremony. Yay, yay, yay! That to me,
It's
right
a reason
there,
to tune in.
absolute reason to tune in. I'll be watching it, and he's already apologizing in advance for
Good
his
boy.
shenanigans. This is the quote. Because I can see in the future, I'd like to apologize now for the things I said at next week's Golden Globes. The comedian wrote that on Twitter. Gervais' previous hosting stints garnered both controversy and acclaim. Controversy, my ass. He was funny. So he's going to be doing it. He had vowed to never host the awards show again after his stint in 12, but it was announced in October that he'll be returning. The 73rd Golden Globes will air January 10th, just around the corner at 8 p.m. on NBC.
Nothing
So,
better. You know
something
what?
worth
Not
seeing.
since Dean Martin has come out with a drink in his hand do I love seeing a performer with a drink in his hand.
Oh, he's
because he has
and-
the
yeah.
big pint glass of beer. I love it.
And he owns it. And he
does.
owns it. And I wish him the very best. It'll be to me. It's raw and it's fun and
Genuine.
Everybody's fair game. Between Christmas and New Year's, Rob Spiewak was very excited because we lost 5 celebrities.
Oh, wait till the audio vault. We got a lightning round of death.
Natalie Cole, MASH star Wayne Rogers, Globetrotter Meadowlark Lemon, the guy who voiced Boba Fett. Are you going to do something with him?
Yeah, briefly, because you know what? You know him from
Really?
something better, actually. You'll be
Okay.
surprised and happy.
And The Empire Strikes Back, Boba Fett, that was the, whatever his name is. And Lemmy from Motorhead.
Mhm.
So,
Tragic.
and Jimmy Cerrito was like, really into that whole Lemmy death thing. Yeah, Jimmy Cerrito kind of likes celebrity death like
Well,
you
and
do.
Lemmy was best friends with Ozzy, so he loves Ozzy.
Yeah, they do.
That's it. That's the. Well, I went to Sturgis with Jimmy. There wasn't a 3rd, 4th, 5th tier metal band that we didn't stop and watch.
It'll be okay.
Lots of fun. Yes, sir. You see the Buffalo fan that caught on fire at the game, like jumped on a mattress that had like lighter fluid on it and caught his ass on fire. And then they were trying to put it out with beer, and he didn't notice it that he was on fire, so he was fighting them.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go Buffalo! There you go. Thank you.
One.
I had to put this in simply because it's not a great story, but it's a Justin Bieber story.
Oh,
and it's
it's your role,
2016, and for me, if I've got one in 2016,
Please.
I don't even know this lady.
So the tradition continues, all Bieber
Yes.
news?
All
Yeah.
Bieber. I will put Bieber news in my news you may not need at all times. Justin Bieber made it pretty clear that he's doing the nasty thing with model Haley Baldwin by posting a picture of them making out yesterday. If I can describe the Instagram photos, this is the best way I could describe them. Thank you. He also posted a picture of the two of them all dressed up on a couch. They've been spending the New Year in St. Bart's. Haley is the 19-year-old daughter of Biodome superstar Stephen Baldwin.
Wow,
That
talk
Baldwin,
about
the dumb Baldwin.
2 steps from greatness. That's a pretty good place to be. And then they celebrated the new year, Mike, by Justin Bieber jumped on a lighter fluid-soaked mattress.
So it's Haley Baldwin, the daughter of the dumb Baldwin.
Yes.
And then it's Justin Bieber, and all I can say is, please make a baby, please make a baby, please make a baby.
Mike,
Thank
they
you.
will make a super baby.
A super baby, a super smart and talented baby. Columbia is apparently still upset with Steve Harvey for botching the Miss Universe announcement last month. Steve Harvey handled that well. I think
thought so.
He came out and he owned it. During a New Year's Eve celebration, some locals burned a dummy of Steve Harvey.
Oh, my God.
Not okay.
Yes. Our survey said. And another one of the actual winner, Miss Philippines. They're very angry in Colombia. The burning of effigies in Latin America. Oscar, you can comment on
Time-old
this.
tradition.
It is done to
Time
try
honored.
to ward off. Yeah, it is.
Time
He's
old.
right. It's done to ward off bad luck in the coming year, so it's a pretty common thing to do. Although it's amusing that they were so affected by the Miss Universe debacle that they made an effigy of Steve. In fact, one of the men involved apologized to anyone who was offended and said that the tradition is to burn dolls of, quote, characters or things that caused controversy in the previous year to begin a new year. So you've seen this?
We were
before?
on break, so when this happened, this is one of those moments that you're like, oh, I wish we could get back on some
Right.
sort of satellite connection and get this done. What I saw it live, A, and then B, when I saw the replay and it was showing my family what had happened, I sat there and I said, this is what we usually talk about here on the program. This is just going to make Steve Harvey more famous.
Yeah.
Well, he owned it, and I think Steve Harvey has shown a tremendous brilliance in managing his own career.
Yeah.
I mean,
Quick
because he
survey
is-
for people in the room. Any chance he did it for publicity or the people that ran the contest?
Nope.
All
He's
right,
not that.
because it
not
was
that
handled. It
controversial.
was handled so well. That's
Because
the only
he's
thing.
such a pro, right?
Yeah, he did a great
He's
job.
pro. All right, absolutely. And now a little something. Alexander Weigard says he had good reason for rummaging around the manager's office at a Florida Walmart on Sunday at 2:30 a.m.
Such a great phrase, Mike. Florida Walmart.
Yes, he wanted a job as a mystery shopper. Delray Beach. There it is. Delray Beach police say the 20-year-old put on a hoodie and sweatsuit over his street clothes after entering the store. He walked into an office and stuffed a garbage bag with an Xbox One and other merchandise worth about $500. He was in possession of a loaded handgun, a small bag of heroin, and a Mentos container with 33 Xanax pills.
boy.
Weigard, however,
Fresh
maintains that he entered the manager's office to apply for a mystery shopper gig. Because it seemed like a cool job.
Sure.
Mystery shopper is the person hired by the manufacturer to, pose in there and see how the services and all that. Weigard explained to cops that he pulled on the hoodie and sweatpants because his own clothes were dirty. The pills in the Mento tube were for foot pain, and the gun he got from a guy at a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, sure.
No.
I don't need to list the charges here because I already pronounced him guilty of being Florida man. Yes, that's what we start the new year with. We'll take a break, come back with the audio death fault right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Oh, yeah.
Do you talk C++?
Oh, yeah.
Can you
There
tell
it
that
is.
into port 25?
We need a new one
Can
for
I?
2000.
Please, Oscar, please.
The backplane
I
of a
think we can
router.
do that. Yes, I do.
Have you ever hex edited your way to a registered version?
Can
Sounds
I?
Sexy. We're not going to be talking about any of those things, but what will we be talking about, Oscar?
It's technology and the way it affects your life.
And we're going to be combining a lot of entertainment. It's going to be a good time. This is not your father's tech show.
Tech 411 Show, available on the More Broadcasting Network and on iTunes.
That means it's good, so please check it out.
This
You,
year.
you and Todd enjoy an adult beverage together still, right?
Yes,
I'm
we
not- right?
do. We absolutely do.
Does Todd
Can I put in a request? Please. You guys like to do that show and like make it kind of a social thing as well?
Yes.
Even though you're not in the same
Yeah,
place
he
now,
won't
right?
drive to D.C.
Okay, can I just sometime? I know with your busy schedule, it's not always easy to do this, but I would love to put in a request for a very drunken promo if you can ever
Please
get the opportunity.
record it after the show.
In the
That would
month,
be
in
fun.
the month of January. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'll go over there and we'll record there.
There's a
Does that
great
work?
there's a
That's
great
wonderful.
game, Mike. I know you listen to Tech 411 every episode.
I do. I love it.
Listen for the tinkling of ice in a glass.
That's exciting.
It's always fun.
Hey, the bonus packages, don't think because it's 2016 that we're not still wanting you to jump on board. 2016 is going to be our best year yet, and you don't want to miss any of it, do you? Well, do you? Yeah. Subscribe for a full year of bonus content. You get full access, not a full, I'm not from Italy. You'll get a full access to all the 2016 bonus content, both audio and video. Plus, you get access to the entire bonus show anthology, all that good stuff. We've told you about that, all waiting for you at MikeO'MaraShow.com. I'm holding my hand like an Italian guy.
You are. You're doing a good job.
So, what are you waiting for? Go out and get it in 2016 bonus show package, huh? You wanted me to feed my family or not? Come on. Just click the banner marked TMOS bonus packages and don't forget to renew. The rent stays the same.
Nice.
Oh, I think I know
Italian guy in
tomorrow's
the
show
Godfather.
open.
Very good. The rent stays the same as before. Okay. Don't forget to renew. I'm doing an entire Godfather 2 riff right now.
Oh, it's so great.
The TMOS bonus package. It's what you want, and besides, you deserve it. Do me a bigger favor. Order it today. There we go. Time to open up the audio vault for Monday, Jan 4, 2016. Happy 2016, everybody.
Best Christmas for celebrity death in a long time, because they were dropping
Now,
like
how
flies.
perverse is that you say it like that?
Well,
I'm
it's
very
always
curious.
exciting to pay tribute. I don't like
Yes.
the death. I like paying tribute. Wayne Rogers, who played Trapper John, I think the first 3 seasons of MASH, he died. He was 82. It was pneumonia, and it's okay if he has any gigs booked this year. Mike Farrell is ready to step in.
Oh, God. It was a big deal when they lost Wayne Rogers, and nobody liked Mike Farrell at
Mike,
the
you have
beginning.
to say Rogers.
Wayne Rogers. But Mike Farrell stepped in, and it was kind of a slow burn, but we got to like him,
Maybe
too,
even
right?
liked him better, ultimately, because he was
Right.
so good in the final episode. And
But
also,
so different than Wayne Rogers. The thing about Wayne Rogers is Wayne Rogers on the original MASH TV show was the irreverent guy. It was perfect. It was perfect. And so when he left, it kind of sucked, and he had a point. They were giving Alan Alda all the good stuff, and I understand that completely.
And also, did you know that technically the show Trapper John MD, the medical drama, is a spin-off from MASH? Because
that's
he
right.
was the
Yeah.
same
I didn't know
character
that.
many years later. Unforgettable. I was shocked to find about the passing of Natalie Cole, who made a lot of great records, congestive heart failure, but the family said she'd been battling a lot of stuff in the past. A lot of great records. You had a
Met
history with her, right?
Yeah, we had a history. She came in a good mood one time and a bad mood the other time. It was a tale of 2 interviews, but I had the pleasure of interviewing Natalie Cole twice, back right around this unforgettable time. And, she had some addiction issues, and she had some demons, and we kind of were an eyewitness to those, where she came in one time when she was in a really, really good place and really fun to talk to, and then came in just a horrible mood the next time. It was kind of weird.
The Clown Prince of Basketball, Mike Meadowlark Lemon, passed at the
Harlem
age of
Globetrotter.
83, and a Hall of Famer in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Now that he's passed, I think the Washington Generals finally have a chance.
Yeah, I love that. When I was a little kid, we had the second tier Harlem Globetrotters that came to my hometown. We had the Magicians.
Oh,
They had them
yeah.
with a dribbler known as Marcus Haynes, who was the world's greatest dribbler. That was apparently his title. And we always wanted the Globetrotters, and then I finally got to see the Harlem Globetrotters. When I was a little kid,
Big deal. It was a big deal.
It was a very, very big deal to see them.
Remember, they also did Scooby-Doo, and they were stranded on Gilligan's Island, the Harlem Globetrotters.
Very cool.
Now, Mike, the guy that you mentioned that did the voice of Boba Fett, you're going to be shocked when I tell you who he is.
Okay.
He played Harry the bartender on Archie Bunker's Place. Do you remember that old guy behind the bar? Not Alan Melvin, that was the
Yeah,
regular.
because I was going to think Alan Melvin.
No,
right
but
away.
he was 95, and he's an old actor. He did The Twilight Zone. He did Seinfeld.
Oh, wow.
You would know his face if you saw him, but here's how Lucas screwed the guy, is when they re-released the movies, they dubbed his dialogue out because they replaced his voice with the voice of the guy who did Jango Fett. So he doesn't exist any longer in Empire Strikes Back, but in the original release, this was his voice.
No
Well, this is Darth Vader.
As you wish.
You may take Captain Solo to Jabba the Hutt after I have Skywalker.
He's no good to me dead.
You're being put into carbon freeze.
What if he doesn't survive?
It never occurred to me that Boba Fett sounds like an old Brooklyn actor, but he really did back then.
And what if he doesn't survive? What are we supposed to do? I don't understand this.
And of course, Lemmy from Motorhead. I was shocked that Lemmy was 70. It was an aggressive head and neck cancer that took him out. And in his last interview, he knew he was in bad health. They said, "What are your plans for the future?" He said, "I plan to haunt a Tears for Fears concert."
Very popular guy. Very popular guy.
All right, you know what? We're going to go a little long because I got a couple tapes I do need to play you. This is the one thing. We talked about CNN's coverage of New Year's Eve.
Yes.
And your favorite guy, Don Lemon, Mike. Don Lemon was obviously
Don
drinking.
Lemon won some kind of award for being the worst journalist of 2014.
Did you vote for him?
No, but I just saw that. I read that.
Oh, for
somewhere where they were
2014 or 15?
2015,
Both,
I think.
probably.
And they were talking about how he was drunk on New Year's Eve.
I saw this live. I absolutely loved it.
This is when Kathy Griffin had her shirt off and was essentially just wearing a bra.
I mean, you got a rockin' bod, I gotta say.
Maybe David Gergen will call.
And I have to say, Kathy, nice rack. I didn't know you had all of that.
Thank you.
It's the first time anyone has told a co-host on a news program they had a nice rack since Walter Cronkite.
He had a beer in his hand.
Is the book
some humanity out of this man?
Is the book on Don Lemon that he gets away with it maybe because he might be playing for the other team? Is that what I've heard?
I don't think you get away with it at all when you say that.
You don't get away at all. I mean, you're not supposed to say it's a sexist comment, but I think
I've never heard that rumor.
No, I haven't either.
That Don Lemon might be. I don't know. Maybe it's my own rumor.
Mike or Hope. Let's do two more real quick. Kanye West dropped a new record on New Year's Day, I believe. It's called Facts, and it's really fascinating, especially when he takes a moment to rap about couches.
Yeezy, Yeezy, take a picture with me on Rodale. Yeezy, 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 I might do my own hotel. Couches, 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 which one should I pick? I need extra deep, I like my extra thick. Every time
And that is the most recent example of a song that takes longer to listen to than to write.
He's a millionaire.
Please let it end.
Couches,
Please
couches, couches,
let
couches.
it end.
Floor
Are you
lamps.
kidding me?
No, that's a real song. It's really bad. I know.
And look,
I don't have anything to say. I'm
we're not
speechless.
out of touch. That lyric right there was horrible.
Hey, how many
Unreal.
times are you going to say couches? 5 times.
5. No less than 5.
Mike,
Play it one more time. Please play it one more time.
the rent stays the same.
The same.
Yeezy, Yeezy, take a picture with me on Rodale. Yeezy, 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 I might do my own hotel. Couches, 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 which one should I pick? I need extra deep, I like my extra thick. Every time I see the
I don't care how many times you play that. I will never get into that song.
You know what? I'm getting ready to get rid of all my couches. Based on all that, we're only going to have love seats. Okay, here's something that'll make you smile, Mike. You talked about Ricky Gervais coming back to do the Golden Globes. Here's something that could be good if they let him be himself. Chris Rock will host the Oscars this year, and ABC ran their first promo on New Year's Eve.
I'm Chris Rock, and I'm hosting the Oscars. Much like New Year's Eve, it'll be a night that ends with a lot of drunk, disappointed people swearing they'll do better next year.
The Oscars. Live Oscar Sunday, February 28th on ABC.
Hey, ABC, let's all be
Going the
there.
right way. Going the right way. Absolutely.
That is your Magic Audio Vault. Happy New Year, everyone. Have a great Monday.
That's it. Another Michael Mara Show has come and gone. Everybody be sure and join us again for more fun and more thrills at michaelmarashow.com. If you want to correspond with the Michael Mara Show with a letter or package, send it to TMOS, Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia, 20177 to get your message or birthday request into the Thursday mailbag. That's right, we're changing it this year.
Okay, fine.
Sorry.
Just let me know.
You got my
Yeah, but we're going to
my
move
thing,
the bonus
right?
show. I thought the mailbag would stay Wednesday and the bonus show would move.
Well, now we know. Now we know.
We do the mailbag because then we're doing 2 shows. and it's
Understood.
just,
It makes perfect
that's
sense.
If that's okay. Is that all right?
Now
Yeah,
we know.
it's crystal.
I can keep it Wednesday if you want.
No, I want it to be the way it should be.
What about
Okay.
Thursday's birthdays?
It's the same thing. For Rob Spiewak and
What is the matter with him?
Santana, Michael Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Hey, not so fast, Mr. Big Shot. I got to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is the best way to shop for anything and everything. So shop Amazon and use our website. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Now go in peace.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.